Jesus made people uncomfortable with the truth of who he was, and they just didn't like him. Does that sound familiar? How many times have you been in an office or in your workplace and people just uncomfortable because of all your wonderful Black girl magic, and they just don't understand it? They don't get it. You're able to survive through all of the BS, and they're like, well, who she thinks she is? Kind of the same thing happened to Jesus. So because of this, they nailed him to a cross so that he can have an excruciating and torturous death. How many times have you been in a meeting and you kind of felt excruciating and torturous pain just because you're in that meeting? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that sitting in meetings is equivalent to being nailed to a cross. But, it kind of feels like that if we were going to be dramatic. Well, I know that I'm making light of it, but there are many of us out there who are absolutely miserable in our roles. And we go to work and we go through the motions because we got bills. But I just truly believe that if you have faith in a higher power, if you take any of the stories from your religious book, so for me, if I take any of the stories from the Bible of pain and suffering that different people endured, you learn that you really have to, one, ask for help. And two, if you can't find the help or you don't know where to turn, you just have to walk out on faith a lot of times. And you have to evaluate your situation, and you have to think about, what am I supposed to be learning from this? Who am I supposed to be helping in this? And how can I make this better? Or can I make it better? And if I can, how? Right? Those are things that you should be thinking about. But there's absolutely no reason for you to walk into work every day miserable. And so I want you to take this time today, this week, whenever you listen to the podcast, after you listen to this, take some time out to really, meditate on it, pray on it. I just don't think we're supposed to be absolutely miserable at work. In fact, it's the opposite. Work should spark some joy. At the end of the day, don't throw your whole career away just sitting there feeling stuck and wasting time. Get your resume together, believe in yourself, and after you do your reflection and you realize, hey, it's time for me to look for my next opportunity, please go do that. Because again, Jesus wasn't nailed to the cross for you to be miserable at work. I just don't think he suffered, so we have to suffer. It's quite the opposite. He suffered so we could be free. We could be saved. And I think we should, take that as some encouragement to move forward.